What's up, my friend? Welcome back to the next video in this 30-day challenge where we are building our very first online course and putting it out there into the world in just 30 days. It seems super ambitious for someone maybe just starting out, but if you've been following along in this challenge and doing the assignments every single day, you'll have no problem keeping up, I promise. And the action step every day is very, very simple. So the whole point of this challenge is to make it as practical and actionable as possible and get you up and running by the end of the month. So today we're going to be talking about pricing. So important, because that's one of the biggest questions people probably have is like, if I put something out there into the world, an online course, how much should I actually charge? And I think innately, a lot of us immediately try to resort to a cheaper price because we understand that there's a lot of competition out there on the market. And therefore, in order to make our products more attractive and more of an incentive, sort of a no-brainer, we tend to discount our products over and over, or just deeper and deeper until we're basically racing to the bottom as quickly as possible. Now, while this can be a very tempting approach, it impacts you and the customer negatively, because when you charge a cheap price, you might attract more people. That's a given, right? You're going to get more people because naturally just people want cheaper prices. They like good deals. However, for you, you need a lot more sales in order to make a substantial income, right? It's just math. The second thing though, is that people, when they don't invest very much into a certain purchase or product, they tend not to take it as seriously. And this is something I've realized over the years. Like, the people who pay the least expect the most. It's kind of a weird phenomenon, but like, if you think about it from your perspective, I'm not trying to call you out, but like, I've done it myself, right? Like, I pay maybe $2 for a program or like a cheat sheet. And if life gets in the way, I'm probably not really going to get back to it because it only cost me $2. Whereas if I pay $200 for this cheat sheet, you can bet I have a lot invested into this purchase. So I am going to try to make use out of that cheat sheet as much as I can, right? So think of it that way. The more you charge, the more serious customers, the people, you'll attract more people who will take what you offer more seriously. There's a certain level of perceived quality when you charge over a certain amount. Like, let's say anything above $300, $300, people start to think more about that purchase, right? It requires more thinking on their part to decide whether they want to invest in something or not. So just just to set the base, understanding that charging more typically results in higher quality clients, higher quality students, rather than chasing, lowest prices, which again, affects people negatively on both sides, you and the customer. Now, let's talk about pricing for your online course. How much should you be charging, right? So for a mini course, I wouldn't go any less than like $50. Even if it's like a hobby niche or something where people aren't really making money from it, $50 I think should be like sort of the baseline for a mini course. You could go as low as maybe $20, $30, but again, it's starting to get to that point where people don't really care about their purchase when you get there. So I would say $50 as a minimum, and then maybe up to, let's say, $200, $300 for a mini course. And again, a mini course is maybe like 5 to 10 different videos, some PDF worksheets to wrap things up, giving them very quick, transformative wins within the scope of that course. Now, if you want to create a full-fledged online course, let's say it's maybe 15, 20 hours long or even longer than that, you have lots of material, it's a full scoped course where you take them from beginning to end, right? The full method. Now you can start to go a little bit higher. So anywhere between, let's say, 300 to 2,000, or even higher, 3 to 5K, like depending on your niche, you can charge that amount. So for me in the composing hobbyist niche, my programs tend to range between like $300 to $500 for musicians. But if you're in the business niche, then you can charge something like, I don't know, $500 to, again, a few $1,000s. It's totally up to you. And so it really just depends on the transformation. It comes back down to the transformation and the outcome that you're promising to the client. If you're going to help them, let's say, triple their business, then of course you can charge a little bit more. But if it's something that's maybe a bit more niche, a bit more unique, and it's just like a hobby, then maybe a lower price would be more suitable. So it's sort of understanding your market and understanding where people have the ability to invest in your product, your niche, your services, your product, whatever it is. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. a range from like $50 to, let's say, $5,000 is a pretty standard range for online courses, depending on the scope, how large the course is, how much material's in there, but mainly what the transformation is all about. What are you promising them? What results are they going to get? That really should determine the value of your program. Now, ultimately, there is no perfect price. There is no like, this is the price you have to choose for the best conversions. That comes with experience and just trying out different price points. Maybe you launch it at a discounted price, and then the regular price is a certain amount. If it's selling really well, maybe you bump up the price a little bit, and the point where it starts to not convert as much, you stick to that price, or you can lower it back down if you want to, and that's your sort of sweet spot when it comes to pricing. You just kind of have to play around with it in order to find the best result. So yeah, hope that kind of makes sense. If you have any questions, do let me know about it, but that's sort of the framework that I've been using for pricing my courses throughout the duration of my business. And if you've been participating along with this challenge or enjoying it so far, and you actually want to put it all into practice, by the time we get into Kajabi and start putting it all together into the platform, I'd highly encourage you to join me using my link down below in the description. I'll get you an extended 30-day free trial on the platform compared to the regular 14-day free trial on the website. Plus, you'll get those 2 bonus mini courses, Kajabi in 30 days and content marketing for creatives. And again, I'll be sharing a complimentary coaching call, 30 minutes, if you join me using my link below throughout the duration of this challenge. So you can forward me your first month's receipt or your annual receipt, and we can set up your coaching call anytime. It can be redeemed anytime, but this offer is valid for the coaching call throughout the duration of this challenge until the end of the month. So thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, and I will see you very soon. Take care.